The next step we want to do is to take this thing and export it into an Illustrator file. This is rather simple. All you have to do is to select the object and go to File, Export Selected, because that's what I selected, and then a export dialog box will pop up. What we're going to do is to name this file so that it is in a Adobe Illustrator file type. Okay, and then we can name it, let's say floor plan, let's say full size. All right, and that basically should do it. So after that, we just hit save, and another dialog box will pop up that says AI export options. Right now, you really want to be in the preserve model scale. We created this rhino model as an inch default setting, so we're going to keep that as 1 inch equals 1 inch. Okay, that way when you transfer it into Illustrator, it'll keep it in that same mark. Everything else doesn't really matter. Had you taken this thing and drawn it as a foot model, which sometimes you do, this part will say foot. So 1 foot, you might have to put this unit as 12 inches. Okay, so if you follow the instruction on 121 and starting all your models in the inch unit so that when you transfer it over to AutoCAD, it'll work out fine as the same units and all, you should be fine. So it's the same thing when you work it into Illustrator. 1 inch is going to be 1 inch. So we'll start with that. Okay, and when you say OK, I should have saved it to the desktop. Let's see if I could find it. Let's see, Illustrator floor plan, floor, there it is. Full size AI. Alright, so that's how we save it to an Illustrator file. From there we should be able to open up as we want. Another way to do this might be to take this thing and scale it down first. Right now I have drawn right here a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, right? So if I take this thing and let's copy this over. I said copy, Control Z. We'll copy this over. I am going to scale this down to a known scale already that that's actually a architectural scale size. So take this thing, select it, scale, and the base point I'll put right here. And let's say I want this to be a 1/4 inch plan. So when it goes down to 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, the drawing itself will be a 1/4 inch scale drawing. So we're going to use the scale factor. Scale factor of a 1/4 inch is it's 48. So I'm going to scale this down to 48. So, but to scale it down, I'm going to have to use a reciprocal. So I'm going to say that it is 1/48. Enter. Notice that it's scaled down right here, and that should be the scale of our floor plan at 1/4 inch scale. If it was an 1/8 inch scale, you might use a factor of 96. If it was a 1/2 inch, you might use a scale factor of 24. Just pull your old notes out from 121 so that you know what scale factor to use. Okay, so I have this drawing right here. I'm going to move it out of the way, and just like what we did previously, I'm going to move this thing from there to 0, 0. Enter. Okay, and there it is. This time, since I have a paper size on there, I am going to use this paper size and use that as a guide when I get into Illustrator. So I'm going to select everything, and then I'm going to go to File, Export Selected. I'm going to name this thing, and it's still in desktop. Floor plan let's just say small. Okay, or scaled. Let's just call it scaled. It is saving as an Adobe Illustrator file, and then I'll say save. And the same setting, 1 to 1 inches, and OK. And that should have saved it to my desktop. Yes, it is right here. Remember, when you save it, you want to save it to somewhere that you can find the thing. All right.